all boils down to is we are Arlington.
We are Arlington.
We are Arlington.
Chúng tôi Arlington.
We are Arlington. We are Arlington.
All right. Okay, the time is finally here. I get to introduce my friend and our mayor, Jim Ross. Jim began his career as a Marine, turned police officer, turned DEA agent.
Whoa, 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 Michael. Hold on just a second. Sorry to interrupt, but you know, you can handle introducing somebody like Trey Yelverton in the city council, but we are talking about the mayor of Arlington, Texas. The mayor of Arlington. You know, it was the dream of the so-called boy mayor, Tom Vandergriff, to bring a Major League Baseball team right here to Arlington, Texas, and that became a reality in 1972. And ever since that time, Arlington's leadership and residents have embraced this Rangers team. From Arlington Stadium to the ballpark to right here at Globe Life Field, the Rangers have always been proud to call Arlington, Texas, home. So, on this 50th anniversary of the Texas Rangers in Arlington, the mayor of Arlington should have a major league introduction, like he was throwing out the first pitch for a World Series game. So here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Batting cleanup. He is the only mayor in the history of Arlington, Texas to ever run and win the world-famous dot race at the ballpark. It is State of the City time in Arlington, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayor of Arlington, Texas, Jim Ross. Mr. Mayor, it's time to hit it out of the ballpark.
Thanks, Michael. Well, good morning, and thank y'all for being here. There's no better voice for Arlington than Mr. Chuck Morgan. Thank you, sir, the voice of the Texas Rangers. You know, Chuck talked about this being a special year with our relationship with the Rangers. It marks the 50-year anniversary where Tom Vandergriff went to Washington, D.C. and brought that Senators team, whatever they used to be, here to Arlington. 50 years. Let's take a quick look at that journey.
The sensation then is something I'll never forget.
Sure.
Because it reached the end of a 13-year effort to bring Major League Baseball to this Dallas-Fort Worth region of ours. And so we couldn't help but be overjoyed that night when it finally came to pass.
A sports writer from the Dallas Morning News, Frank Luxa, he said Nolan Ryan follows him to the mound Friday night at Arlington Stadium for the 1993 home opener. Ryan himself has done all right by the Rangers. He gave them a national identity, but Tom Vandergriff gave the Rangers life.
Tom Vandergriff planted this little tree. And boy, it grew and grew and grew, and it's a mighty oak now. Let's look around.
he was very focused on what he wanted to achieve for Arlington.
He was driven with the thought, I want to make Arlington great. And he did it.
I'll never forget this stadium, though. It'll disappear from the scene physically, but I'll always be able to see it.
Journey to Baseball Town. Y'all can see the full episode on YouTube. You know, I had the privilege during the 50-year celebration of the Rangers' relationship here, since Mayor Vandergriff is no longer with us in body. I know he is in spirit, but I had the privilege to accompany Mr. Dolan Maynor to Globe Life Field earlier this year to celebrate his 100th birthday. And Mr. Maynor was a city council member here in Arlington with Mayor Tom Vandergriff and helped bring the Rangers here. Mr. Maynor is here with us today at 100 years young. Please give a nice thank you to Mr. Maynor for all your services, please. Thank you, sir, and God bless you for being here. Thank you. Oh, yes, look at that. Thank you, sir. So deserving, Mr. Maynor. God bless you for what you and Mayor Vandergriff has done for this community. Y'all laid the foundation for what has taken seeds here and grown to something incredible. Let's take a look at what tourism has evolved into here in Arlington. If that doesn't get your blood pumping, I don't know what does. That's pretty daggum exciting. Right at the end there's a little clip with Six Flags. If y'all haven't been out to Six Flags lately, get out there, because let me tell you, Six Flags has changed. It has gone through some tremendous renovations. There's a new CEO who's all about quality, quality, quality. I encourage everyone to get out to Six Flags and check out what's different at Six Flags. That's right, the XFL is back. And it's back in a great big way. And when I say great big, I mean like 6'4", 275 pounds of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson coming here to Arlington, and not just bringing an XFL football team to Arlington, but bringing all 8 teams as the hub here in Arlington. And folks, we get a team back, and that team will be branded with the Arlington name. It will be called the Arlington, well, we don't know yet, but it will have the name Arlington in it, which gives us tremendous pride that the XFL has recognized the importance. Now, San Antonio's gonna have a team and Houston's gonna have a team, and we've already been sort of talking smack to those mayors, just to be honest. Y'all know me. I'm going to talk smack. We are the hub here. That is tremendous for this. By the way, the XFL didn't just bring the teams, didn't just bring a team. They brought their headquarters from Orlando, Florida, and moved it here to Arlington as well. So, ladies, I'm sorry to tell you, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will have an office at Choctaw Stadium. Choctaw Stadium, let me tell you, the idea of repurposing Choctaw Stadium was phenomenal. You don't get rid of a building that looks like that and can do so much. It is absolutely gorgeous. These are just some of the companies that have now moved into Choctaw Stadium or about to move into Choctaw Stadium, including Spark Arlington, a 48,000 square foot incubator type space, state of the art, that gives small businesses an opportunity to work together and grow together. That's what it's all about. I hear there's a new restaurant coming there. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's going to be pretty cool too, all right? We are so blessed to have America's team in the American Dream City. And how about them Cowboys, huh? 4-2 against all odds, with Dak Prescott getting hurt right in the very first game of the city, and our backup quarterback comes in and just wins 4 straight games. Nobody would have thought that, right? That is exciting. Now, the Cowboys in AT&T Stadium, they have a tremendous impact on what's going on in this city, but it's not the only impact that that group has, because Gene and Jerry Jones Foundation has helped this community in so many different ways, everything from the Medal of Honor Museum to the Gene and Jerry Jones Academy to the Yet Center, and the list goes on and on and on. So let's say thank you to them for what they're doing here in this community. You may have noticed a little construction project going on next to Choctaw Stadium. Lowe's Arlington is underway and scheduled to open in early 2024. Lowe's Arlington's bringing 888 rooms to that hotel alone, with a connection with a pedestrian bridge between that and Live by Lowe's, providing over 1,200 rooms here in Arlington, with a 250,000 plus square foot convention center. That puts us on the map to compete with every single city in the country for the big conventions. In fact, it's already started to pay dividends. Earlier this year, I was able to accompany some of our firefighters to Ottawa, Canada, and we made a pitch to the International Firefighters Association. In 2026, they have selected not just Texas, but Arlington, Texas, to be the host city for the 2026 convention, bringing over 10,000 heads in the beds to this community alone. That would not have been possible had it not been for the tremendous vision of our city leaders far and near, who decided we have to build this district to attract those type of businesses. Right next to the Lowe's Hotel is this beautiful place. By the way, they're breaking ground next week, called One Rangers Way. One Rangers Way is another Cordish development where they're bringing high-end luxury resort type living, mid-rise apartment living right into the heart of the entertainment district. Phenomenal walkability right in the entertainment district. That's the type of change that we're looking for, to allow people to live, work, and play right in the middle of everything. Have y'all seen this at Center and I-30? How long have we been looking at this crane out there? 2.5 years, forever and a day, that crane has been there with nothing going on, because COVID came, and to be honestly, it shut it down. But guess what? Go by there today and you will see equipment. You will see construction trailers. You will see that they're back at work now to finish the 9-story Drury Hotel, bringing another 268 rooms to the entertainment district, scheduled to open in 2024. It's back underway finally. Now, some of y'all may really appreciate that crane, but I'm sorry, we're going to replace it with a hotel. Speaking of cranes, at night, just across the parking lot from here, there's a beautiful crane that's decorated at night, all night, every night, in red, white, and blue. And that's because earlier this year, we broke ground on the Medal of Honor Museum here in Arlington, Texas. What a phenomenal place this is going to be. We'll have it open in 2024, but let me tell you, over 40 million people have served in the armed forces since the Civil War. Only 3,511 individuals, men and women, have received the Medal of Honor. Arlington was selected as the home of the Medal of Honor Museum for the entire country. It will bring people from all over the world to experience what we have to offer, not just in the museum, but our entire city and the region. What an accomplishment. If you couldn't find something to do in town over this last year, you haven't left your house. We had some of the best concerts, some of the best games, some of the best activities going on in town. I don't have any excuse for you if you couldn't find anything to do. The good thing is we're not done yet. Tons and tons and tons of projects are coming here in the entertainment district. The tourism industry is going off the charts, and we're very excited to be a part of it. There is this one little thing coming in 2026 called the World Cup. I'm proud to say that we're going to be hosting some games, and in spite of what you may have read, we don't know which games yet, but we're going to be hosting some games here at AT&T Stadium. But I'm going to be honest with you. Arlington didn't bring the World Cup here by ourselves. Yeah, we're home of AT&T Stadium. We have what I consider one of the best event venues in the entire country, if not the world. But the World Cup could not have come here but for the support, working together, cooperation, collaboration of the wonderful cities here in the North Texas area. We couldn't have brought them here by ourselves. Fort Worth couldn't have brought them here by themselves. Dallas couldn't have brought them here by themselves, nor could Denton. We did it together. It was a collective effort because we're stronger together. There's enough divisiveness going around in this world that we don't need it in our backyard. We work together, and it was because of how we worked together that enabled us to get that. So Mayor Parker, Mayor Jensen, Mayor Evans, Mayor Bianco, y'all, will you just do me a favor? All you mayors, just please quickly stand up and thank y'all for being such good neighbors to Arlington. Because folks, one of the best things about our community is our neighbors. And we love and appreciate what each and every one of them do, because the better Grand Prairie does, the better Mansfield does, the better Fort Worth does, guess what? The better Arlington does, and vice versa. So thank y'all for everything you're doing. Wow. Arlington is one of the most diverse communities in the entire country. So when I came on board, I wanted to say, listen, how do we showcase our unique diversity? How do we tell the world that we get it? That we understand that we don't care what the color of your skin is, what your religious differences are, what your gender is, what your cultural differences are. We just don't care. What we care about is how you treat one another. So in Labor Day of next year, we'll be launching the inaugural year of the American Dream Fest. And the Dream Fest is going to be a festival environment in downtown Arlington that celebrates the unique cultural diversity here in Arlington, bringing unique music and food and art from all the various cultures, Asian, Black, Latino, it doesn't matter, all coming together to demonstrate to the world that we know how to get it done. This is going to be one exciting project going on next year. Over the last couple of years, we issued over $1.3 billion in commercial construction permits. Some of these special projects going on, Prologis coming in with over a 700,000 square foot business project down at New York and I-20. One of my favorite families in the world. I hope you're here somewhere. Canalises, wave at me if you're here. Where are you? Oh, there they are right there. One of the best families ever to move into Arlington, embrace Arlington. They've taken over the old Fry's Electronics there at Matlock and I-20, 200,000 plus square foot of warehouse, distribution, the Canales Furniture headquarters, their largest showroom. They have 19 showrooms, so they may have more now by the time I've talked. I don't know, you grow so fast. They've had 19 showrooms around North Texas, but let me tell you, the best thing about the Canaleses is they get it, because they give back every bit as much as they get from the community. They know how to take care of our community. Thank you all forever for doing what you do. Wallbox. This is exciting. 130,000 square foot manufacturing plant moving into Arlington. The futuristic look, manufacturing home charging units for electric vehicles. Immediately bringing 250 jobs to Arlington. By the way, we don't have to wait a couple of years because they're doing their ribbon cutting next week. Wallbox, God bless y'all for being here. Ooh, Lincoln Square. Lincoln Square, I remember when it was built in the early 80s. What a phenomenal place at the time. But since then, it's fallen into disrepair. Trademark Properties is coming in and providing a $250 million redevelopment of Lincoln Square. We are excited about the changes. They're going to be bringing office space, high-end, multifamily, retail, everything that you can imagine, making that area a more walkable, livable space. We continue to love our General Motors assembly plant here in Arlington. They make all of the SUVs here with GMs, from Escalades to Tahoes to Suburbans. They just invested another $55 million into ensuring that they stay on top of their game and staying ahead of everybody else and making the best SUVs out there. Arlington Municipal Airport, big news. I think this is big news. First of all, they're responsible for $236 million economic growth here in the city, impact in the city. Over 900 airport-related jobs are here in the city. And our little regional airport isn't so little anymore. Just last week, we received a national designation. So we now have the Arlington Municipal Airport that is a national airport here in Arlington. The reality of business and business growth is that small business is the backbone of every community, and we love our small business. One of the best examples of some of the small business here in Arlington is Smoke and Ash Barbecue.
Smoke and Ash Barbecue is Texas barbecue infused with Ethiopian spices, which make it the unique and the one and only restaurant that provides both barbecue and Ethiopian cuisine. Smoking Ash Barbecue started 2012 on the side of a street where we serve barbecue from a barbecue trailer. Arlington is very important for myself and also my family. If you asked me years ago when I first moved in this country, someday I would be opening an Ethiopian and barbecue restaurant, I don't know what I would tell you.
It's the dream, you know, that I always wanted to have, you know. It's a great feeling, you know, and also it's a blessing.
So the spices in our Ethiopian menu, as well as the Takes Ethiopian menu, are unique because we get them prepared in Ethiopia by my sister and brought to us here in Texas to make this dynamic happen.
When we got the call, they were coming out, and it's just a blessing, you know, for them to come in and recognize us. You know, we're a small business, and they could have picked many other places, but we're so unique and different, so there's something special here. So,
being the top 50 in the country, I wish my parents were living to, as well as my husband's parents were living to see this recognition. It just beyond belief what's happening to us.
The American dream means to me that you can accomplish anything if you work hard enough. You put the time and effort, you can do anything you want to do in America. You know, it's opportunity, you know.
The American dream is one thing that can get you going, have you to work hard to make your dream happen. And there's no discrimination when it comes to making it all happen. It's up to you to get there. I'm so grateful for that, you know, open door for me and my family to get to where we wanted to get. Hi, my name is Fasika Hicks.
My name is Patrick Hicks.
And I'm alive with the American dream.
Whew. Did y'all see that? The New York Times said that Smokin' Ash was one of the most sought after, one of the must-go-to places in the entire country. 50 of the must-go-to places. The Hicks, where are y'all? Will you please stand? Where's the Hicks family? There you are. Congratulations on doing such a phenomenal job. Thank y'all so much for choosing Arlington to be your home. What an incredible group. So, what's the formula for attracting small businesses here? The formula, I think, is pretty simple. Give them a place to come. Good office space, good retail space. Let them know that we have the neighborhoods that they want to move their families into. Let them know that our schools are phenomenal, that their kids can go there. Let them feel safe in our area. That's a simple thing, but most importantly is let them know you care. Because if people don't feel important, they don't feel you care about them, they won't stay around. How do we show we care? We reduce crime by 40%, I wish, 4% in Arlington. We reduce crime by 4% in Arlington. We add firefighters to speed up the response time here in Arlington. How do we show we care? We give what amounts to an 8% pay raise to all city employees so that we can attract and retain the best possible employees around. How do we show we care? We do all of that, and we reduce our property tax by 2 cents this year, the most it's been reduced in over 30 years. That's how we show we care. That wouldn't have been possible but for the incredible team that we have with the Arlington City Council and Trey Elverton and our city leadership. Although, Trey, I gotta say, Chuck did get you a little bit on that introduction, all right? I asked him to do Marcelo, not you. I don't know how it got confused like that. If Trey and the city council and our deputy city managers and department heads, could y'all please stand and let us say thank you to y'all, please? Mayors, I'm sorry, I know I'm biased, but I think I got the best city council in the world. I mean, they are just phenomenal. So what an incredible time there. What other neighborhood improvements do we have going on? Over the last couple of years, we spent $94 million making our streets better, repairing potholes, doing all that stuff. This year alone, we're going to do a minimum of $65 million making things better, and that's not including what we plan on trying to do here with the Randall Mill project between Cooper and Collins Street. So y'all just stand by. We heard you loud and clear, and we are actively working on the streets. Have y'all seen this character out there at I-30 and 360? Anybody else tired of it? We're all tired of it, folks. Let me tell you, we have been staying on TxDOT continuously. Over the next few months, you're going to see some more lane closing. You're going to see some more slowing of traffic there. But we've been assured this project will be complete by the end of next year. We're excited for it to get here. Transportation is always a big issue. You know, Arlington has done well with transportation within the city. It started in downtown with VIA. That pilot project went really, really well. So we expanded VIA to citywide, and now we have the Rapid and May program in downtown with the autonomous vehicles going around. A little scary sometimes, I've ridden in them, but it's cool. We're a big city having these driverless vehicles go around picking up passengers. But getting people in and out of Arlington has always been an issue. There are prospective projects that y'all see up here, high-speed rail, Hyperloop, rapid bus transit, all have great potential. These mayors will tell you those are beneficial to any community when we can bring people in and out of our community. The downside to all of these projects is it takes forever. It takes a long time, 10 plus years to make these things happen, and it costs a fortune. We need something now. Now. The other day, I was at an RTC meeting sitting next to Mayor Jensen. We're listening to everything, and I turn around, and Grand Prairie has VIA. Arlington has VIA, and I heard Mayor Evans was looking at something like that. I just said, Mayor Jensen, what if we just do a regional thing with our cities? So we've started talking. And now we hope, if everything goes as planned, we hope that we will be able to launch a regional tri-city VIA, moving people in and out of Arlington, in and out of Grand Prairie, in and out of Mansfield, so that people can share the experiences of all of our cities, giving us a huge start on regionalizing this area. Here's the key thing. It's not going to take years to happen. We hope to have this underway in just a matter of months. So God bless you, mayors, for being willing to do that. Thank you so much. What an incredible start to regionalizing transportation in and out of Arlington. VIA started in downtown. Let's take a look at what's happening in downtown. How exciting is that? Downtown has become more and more vibrant. We have people living downtown, shopping downtown, eating downtown, doing all of those crazy, wonderful things that we want to have happen. Let's look at some of the things that have happened along the way. Recently, we did a ribbon cutting at the first downtown grocery store so people can live there and go down and get their food without having to get into a car. I have to give Mayor Parker kudos for this because this started over in Fort Worth. What an incredible project. And if you're not familiar with the Taste Restaurant, you need to be. It is in the hospital district in Fort Worth right now, and we're going to bring it to Arlington. I'm happy to announce that yesterday the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation voted to provide a grant of $750,000 to make this happen in Arlington. Kudos to the Tomorrow Foundation. But let me tell you why taste is so vitally important to our communities, because it checks all the boxes. What it is a restaurant concept that doesn't put prices on the menu because they don't charge people. And you think, well, Mayor, how does that happen? Because they want you to pay what you either feel it's worth, what you can afford to pay, what you think you need to pay to help the community. Because you can walk in the Taste in Fort Worth, you could be sitting next to a doctor on one side or a homeless family on the other side, and everybody has normalcy. It provides those homeless families and those people who had food deprivation issues to come in and eat without being uncomfortable. It provides your community an opportunity to giving back and helping pay for the food that's serving the community there. It provides workforce development because Taste offers interns jobs so they can come in the apprenticeship and learn how to be a cook or learn how to be a chef. It checks all of the boxes. Mayor Parker, thank you for giving me an example, giving me some ideas here. I'll steal your great ideas any day of the week. But this is exciting. Taste is going to be moving in at Cooper and the railroad tracks. It's exciting. Wait for it to happen. Theater Arlington recently did a $3.5 million renovation and reopened this year. The great thing about Theater Arlington is they have pulled out all stops in attracting some of the best talent in the country. There are dancers, some of the most incredible things you'd ever see. Let me give you an example. All right, I'm tired even looking at that right now, all right? But let me tell you, Theater Arlington is wonderful. If you haven't gotten over there and checked out their shows, do so. A lot of these places we've talked about, Theater Arlington, the Medal of Honor Museum, the Levitt Pavilion, it goes on and on and on. They would not have been possible but for the generosity of the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation.
In the moment, and here we are dreaming in the open. Now look around, isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way, a new way. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming, no we won't stop dreaming. Look ahead, we can see forever. You and me doing it together. Can be a million stars. Look at us, don't you see we've come so far? Yeah, we've come so far. This is our world, and this is our time. And these are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race. And we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming. We won't stop dreaming.
Wow. This is our 15-year anniversary with the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation. In that 15 years, their generosity has provided over $42 million to charitable groups here in Arlington for the betterment of our community. Throughout those 15 years, there's been one unsung hero. Mayor Parker, I'm stealing your stuff again. There's been one unsung hero working behind the scenes, day in and day out, to make the American dream come true for those entities. That unsung hero will be this year's recipient of the inaugural Mayor American Dream Award. Y'all please help me welcome the Executive Director of the Arlington Tomorrow Foundation, Miss Carolyn Mentezano.
I hate you.
She has been our American dream here at the Tomorrow Foundation and is most deserving of this. But I got to tell you what she just whispered to me. She goes, I hate you. Thank you, Carolyn. We love you. Thank you. So, the Tomorrow Foundation has helped old and young. And speaking of young, what's going on in our education here in Arlington? Wow. I'm so incredibly proud of the leaders that we have in this community in our education areas. From AISD, MISB, Kennedale ISD, charter schools, private schools, UTA, TCC. So I come in as mayor and everybody says, well, what are you going to do on education? And I'm thinking to myself, well, they do the education. I don't have to do anything. So what did we do with education? One of the things we've done is we added another tremendous partner in our educational team here in Arlington. We will soon be doing a ribbon cutting for Texas Southern University's administrative and recruiting officers here in Arlington, and we are actively working with them for their premier location of their North Texas campus right here in Arlington. We're excited to add them to the mix. What else do we do in Arlington with educators? Well, we bring in the Western Athletic Conference, the WAC. UTA has recently joined the WAC, and now the WAC is moving their headquarters from Colorado to Arlington, Texas. What does that mean for us? It means more direct access to the conference here and more tournament play here in Arlington. What else do we do in education? Remember last year at the State of the City, we talked about forming the Mayor's Education Coalition. Well, we did, and man, has it been fun. It has been incredible to see what's going on with the educators here in Arlington. I remember when we started doing that, people would say, Mayor, you're not going to get those people to work together. They compete with one another. Well, they work together and work together phenomenally well. They have started meeting monthly and coming up with strategies about what are the common issues we have and how can we collectively do that. They start looking at how do we share our resources, how do we do all of that, and they work together because they all have this one passionate part about them is they want to do best for our kids. That's why they work together. So what we've done is we formed the coalition. What you can now see at this website is you can go in there and every one of the members of the Education Coalition has a link to that. So when Trey and I are out recruiting headquarters or businesses or corporations saying, come to Arlington, we know how to get it done. And they say, well, what about education? We say, let me tell you, our educators are on the same page. Now when you go to AISD, MISD, you go to these different facilities, they wear the badge of the Education Coalition as pride because it tells everybody how much they care. It tells everybody how everything happens here in Arlington. They've already started working on a joint campaign. You see, unfortunately nowadays, See Something, Say Something is a campaign that deals with school safety. It's a critically important issue. So they've gotten on the bandwagon together to talk about how we can do this together. That's exciting. It demonstrates how everything works here in Arlington. We're better together. We're better when it comes to transportation together. We're better when it comes to recruiting the World Cup together. We're better when it comes to attracting the big business in our entertainment district when we do it together. We're better as a city council when we do it together. This most diverse community in all of North Texas is better when we do everything together. It's just that simple. We have enough divisiveness in this country. We don't need it here. We're stronger together. That's what we're all about. And folks, that's why we are Arlington. to the charter schools, to the public schools, to the university. This is working together. Feel free to get up on your feet and join these students.
We'll be forever young, singing songs underneath the sun. Let's rejoice in the beautiful game. And together at the end of the day, we all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving. Oh, 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 oh. Give me freedom, give me fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions take the field now. Unify us, make us feel proud. In the streets our heads are lifting as we lose our inhibitions. Celebration, it surrounds us. Every nation all around us, singing forever young, singing songs underneath the sun. Let's rejoice in the beautiful game. And together at the end of the day, we all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving. Oh, 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 oh.
So what's the state of the city? Take a look around you. This is the state of the city. This is our hope. Thank you all so much for today. On behalf of your Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce and the city of Arlington, the state of the city is phenomenal. Thank y'all so much. God bless y'all.